Hello, you're watching NSG News and this is the hot seat. And in the spirit of Ghana must work, Ghana can work. We want Ghana to work. Like, share, forward to other Ghana loving Ghanaians. And in unity, we believe we can make Ghana the Ghana we all desire. Yes, this is episode 2 of Fix the Country and Make Ghana Work. That's beautiful because Ghana can work. We want Ghana to work and Ghana must work. Now today the hot seat is going to look in an aspect of fix the country, make Ghana work, i.e. in our introduction, which was episode 1, we talked about the actual facets that makes fix the country meaningful. When we talked about the current fix the country movement, we encourage you to have a listen to the episode 1 so we don't have to go on about what has been said. It's not a long one, very short. Have a listen to episode 1, which is introduction to this topic that we're going to be on, with the hope to touch every aspect that actually makes fix the country. And with that, we make Ghana to work and be the great nation that it is. Now, today's episode is on mentality and mindset. We believe, the hot seat believes strongly that what we see, both from the top of management of the country right down to the guy on the street, is all in our mind. Either by virtue of what we have been fed, what we are told, how we've been raised, the information is available to us, or purely just because of what we are told we are, and we have accepted it. And we are being driven by that qualification, because a person that is labeled to be a mad person is still you look at that person, he's a human being. But his or her behavior, which actually spans from his or her mind, is the reason the person could be qualified or is qualified as a mad person. Because the mental state drives the behavior of a person. So we strongly believe the mentality and mindset that is ingrained in our way of life is the reason we see the behavior that we see, both from our leadership and from ourselves. And if we can work on it constructively, being honest and truthful to ourselves, Ghana should be able to turn itself around and be the nation that is being made to be, because we lack nothing. Human resource, natural resource, we have it all. So why can't we be what we want to be? Enough of blaming somebody, or blaming most especially the West. The hot seat, in as much as the West is blamed, the hot seat, we say we are not doing enough. We are not doing enough. Now, the general attitude, behavior towards duty, especially in the government sectors, small bribes, big bribes, everybody wants to eat where they have not sown anything. The secretary in the office wants somebody to tip them before they can even arrange a meeting to see a business director. Why that? It's like what Professor Christian said, that corruption is the fiber that holds Ghana together. A while ago, when he was speaking on the how deep corruption is in Ghana. Shoddy contracts, You are awarded contract, whatever goes on behind the scene before the contract was given to you, you go out to the field and you do less than what you have promised to do. Shoddy contracts, contracts not completed. It is all in our mind, because in some parts of the world, if there be a reason why a contract is awarded to a person on a term, they deliver it. One of the reasons that there's infrastructural and developmental deficit is, if we go through the system in Ghana, you will see that contracts were awarded and never got delivered. Not only that, out of the grapevine, within the districts and the metropolitan assemblies, it is said that there is a scheme where those awarding the contract actually takes money from those who receive the contract in cash. So you can't trace it back to them. Is that not a mentality? Is that a mindset? So that individual who is awarding the contract within the council and the metropolitan assemblies takes his cut and don't care whether the job is done properly, whether the maintenance on the road is done properly. And that's what we have to be upset with. We have to be angry because we drive on the roads. When we complain about fuel, actually, yes, fuel is expensive, but it is not entirely based on the fuel expense. It's just because of the sheer volume of wastage. Most cars never live to attain cruising speed, revving the engine all the time, because the road is not good. So a fuel that could take you for 200 kilometers takes you only for 80 kilometers. And you want to blame the price? You blame the mechanisms of the road. The broken roads consume most of your fuel. You know, you go to the offices, simple processes that you come, you pay, or you come, you register, and then you see who you want to see. Have been deliberately made it to look like what the hot seat will call the rigmarole. A simple thing being made complex, so people feel like there's a need to tip somebody. There's a need to bribe somebody to have a simple process, a system that is available, exclusively available to you. Just being a Ghanaian. But these things are made to look like a rigmarole. So people are thinking about, oh, it's going to take 5 days. I want this thing done quickly. It's going to take 1 month, 2 months. But it is deliberate from those that are dispensing the processes. And that is not a mentality issue. It is. And so what happens? The people, because for bribery to take place, for corruption to take place, there is a receiver and there's a giver. So when Ghanaians come, first thing is they say brown envelope. Brown envelope. Without even the administrator of this process asking for, he at first hand gives a bribe. Because in his mind, this thing is complex. This is going to take long, because the individuals who administer it deliberately make it look like a rigmarole. Passport application, DVLA, the self clearing of your goods at the airport, the cargo services, and at the ports. All these things are deliberately made complex, difficult for you. So when you come, you look at it, please, can you help me? You give him money that actually should be paid towards the clearing of your goods. You tip people so much that there's nothing even left to run the business that you want to run. It's a mentality and mindset issue. Everybody thinks that it is within their right to take somebody from somebody, to offer the services that they have been employed and duly paid to render. If we can renew our minds, both the receivers of the bribe and the givers of the bribe, to say, I'm not giving it. I will wait if it's going to take 4 days, if it's going to take 5 days. I've done it before. I remember when I needed my passport, urgently, I went to the passport head office. Did I have an appointment? No. I stayed in the queue. And so is he expecting me? I said, no, I need to see him because why? My understanding, he's a public servant and it's within my right to see him when I want to. But I must follow the process. And they were trying to make it difficult for me. I wasn't going to give any money. So I sit in the queue as long as it took. And this lady at the immigration office up in the ministries came, went in there and saw the boss, the head of passport control. So there's a gentleman outside there who wants to see him. And sometimes it is not the bosses, it's not the people who are I call them the bosses are the problem. Sometimes the process to seeing them. Whether they are aware is like that, I don't know, I can blame them. But I waited. I waited for hours. Because I have that time. Because I wasn't going to pay anything. Eventually, I was ushered in. So was I expecting? He said, no. So why do you want to see me? I told him. He took my passport. Have a look at it. You realize what I'm saying is true. And called the lady to say, can you please get this gentleman, ding, 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 everything that follows. He did not ask me for money. This is why personally, as a person and on the hot seat, I believe our systems can work if we, those that are consuming the processes, will wait, exercise patience, and refuse to pay at first hand. Things can change. Let me use this opportunity to applaud DVLA, the service offered at Reach called the Prestige process. I went there to convert my driver's license. It was swift, it was smooth, nobody asked me for a dime. Go here, I go. So the sign off, go here, I go. Okay, go to the queue over there and pay. And everything was done officially. If that can be done, why can't it be everywhere? The gentleman who drove me there told me, man, I've been waiting for my driving license for 6 months. You just took your driving license in an hour. That's how simple and swift it was. It was a paid service. That's okay. But while the official money is paid, nobody was asking anything. And all the services and the extras that was offered alongside this prestige process were given. Nobody will hold anything from me. So it can work when we renew our mindset. Is it not the same DVLA? But when you go to 37, it's a different ball game.
If you love your country, sing Ghana's word. Let's stand together. Ghana's word. No partisanship. We say Ghana.